It's time.
Hello everyone, we are
The Nobodies.
What are we doing here today?
Today we are going to be interviewing the great, talented Lena Scissorhands.
She is a part of the band Infected Rain. She's the singer.
Yes, she's a musician, she is an artist, and she is a model. She has a big resume.
Absolutely. And the fact that she's setting aside the time to give us an interview, it means so much.
Yes,
For real.
and we thank her very much.
Absolutely. So, we will see you in a second with Lena. I'm
Yes.
Son.
And I'm Father.
Let's go.
Hey
Hello?
guys.
Hello, Lena. Alright, well, here we are with Lena Scissorhands. Good morning, good afternoon. What time is it where you're at?
It's noon.
It's noon. It's 3 o'clock. We're from Long Island. It's probably about 30 degrees outside. And how does somebody come from Moldova all the way to the hottest state in the United States?
Why not?
Nice.
Was it because of family, school, your art?
No, I had some friends here, so I visited in the beginning. Like right here specifically was this girl from, I mean, she was also from my country, but she moved here long ago, and she kept inviting me to come visit. So 2013, I believe, is when I visited for the first time, and I really liked it a lot. Many things about this specific city and the specific state. I didn't leave here right away. I was just traveling back and forth just to see my friend. And then I started getting some like offers with magazines as a model. And then I worked a little with my vocal teacher from New York. And it just kind of things aligned, and it made sense for me to stay because I don't really have family in Moldova anymore. My whole family moved to Italy very long ago when I was a teenager. In fact, I lived there too, but my band is from Moldova still, so the only reason I go back and forth is for the band. So yeah, I mean, doesn't matter nowadays. I mean, not nowadays, but considering that there's no pandemic, traveling is pretty easy.
Yeah, you probably haven't seen them in a while, right?
So our last tour was in autumn 2019, and it ended like seriously a day or two before Christmas. And all this year I didn't see them, but then in December I was able to fly back, and I did. For almost 3 weeks, I spent in Moldova because I'm still a citizen of that country. So I didn't really have difficulties going because there are flights. They just have big restrictions for people to travel. So yes, I went there. We finished recording the new album and a bunch of like new stuff.
You do a lot of your recording virtually through emails. Like, do they send you tracks and you send them back tracks and they do?
Yeah, especially this year. So we used to do just a little bit before, not as much as this year. This year obviously was very unique. So I actually built a vocal studio in my house with the help and support of certain fans. And then I just started learning the programs that sound engineers use to record, which is something that normally not all the vocalists are using or know how to use it, because we normally go to a studio and there's somebody else that push buttons for us.
You do it for them, yes.
Because we are normally like in a completely different room, which is like soundproof, and we do our thing. We have to be like in the zone and in the mood and in the flow, whatever, you know. Different people need different stuff. So I never really needed to do that myself, so I didn't know all the specifics. So I had to learn, and I did. I mean, I'm still learning, but I already got figured out what takes, the part that takes the vocals, you know.
Got
So
it.
yeah, of course, while I was here during the year, we put ideas together. I send them tracks, they send me tracks. I even did a bunch of featurings with other bands like that, actually. Some came out last year, and some are going to come out this year.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Excellent. So, how many studio albums do you have all together?
We are about to release the fifth album, actually.
The fifth
Yeah.
album.
Congrats.
You want to plug it?
Well, there's not much I can tell yet. Because
Yet.
it's still a little bit a secret.
Okay.
Okay, well,
However, I can tell you that it's going to come out this year, hopefully closer to summer, and it's going to have 12 songs, and it's going to be amazing.
All right. Excellent.
in the albums you've made so far, which one do you say, do you have like a special album to you?
Well, I believe the last album is more special, and it's going to be like that every time. Like, the last one is always like the more recent one and
Yeah.
the more fresh one, and you still feel all those emotions that you know, wrote about, and that you sing about and try to deliver them. So it's always, I think for me, it's always going to be my last album. It's the dearest. However, I do like older stuff as well, so it's very difficult to choose. It's like you have kids and choose your favorite kid. You know what I mean? Like, how can you
Oh.
do that?
I know mine.
Only child, baby.
He's the only one.
Right?
So, now your band members, are they friends from school, or did you put out an ad, or did they find you?
No, so we were friends, but not from school. So basically, in my teenage years, I started going to just local clubs and local shows, and just little by little, I surrounded myself with the friends musicians in a way, and I just like hung out with them all the time. I never was a musician before this band, so I never like really even asked for it or tried anything. I just didn't even picture myself that, you know, because I already had a career that I figured out that I really loved, and I was already working, doing great, having plans and all that. So it was just, you know, for fun, for fun, for fun. And then, I mean, hanging out with them and very often at rehearsal studios. And I was just like out of nowhere asked to sing for fun as well. So just in the very beginning, my guitar player Vidic and his best friend, which was a DJ, he was a very alternative type of a DJ. He would like take songs and transform them into a heavier electronic type of weird stuff. Really cool, like very unique. He would do it himself from scratch, and then he would use turntables, like really cool. So they were just fooling around and doing like certain covers, but more electronic with a live guitar. So they were like, why don't you sing this part and sing this part, but not the whole song, only here. And really for fun, it was very like natural. I went with the float. I took the microphone because I feel very comfortable around my friends, and I never like was like, oh no, I don't know, because I knew that was just for fun. And that was it. It's basically that DJ. He was the one telling me that I should try to find a teacher, try to learn how to use my voice, because he thought, in his opinion, I had a great voice. And it really like planted a seed in my head somehow.
Well,
I couldn't
he wasn't
I remember-
wrong.
Yeah,
I
really
don't know.
not.
What, I'm sorry?
He wasn't wrong. You do have a great voice.
Thank
I
you.
noticed you have two voices. You have
I
your
do.
very beautiful singing voice, and then you got the beautiful growl voice. What age did you decide I want to growl?
No, it was right away with this band. So basically, this is it. This is how everything started. So this guy, we created the band little by little, out of nowhere. So I found a teacher just for fun in the beginning. I was like, I need to know, like, if he really meant it, maybe, maybe even if it's just for me, even if nothing is gonna happen. So I started doing personal vocal lessons, individual ones, and little by little, there were more musicians adding to the group, and little by little we were choosing a name, and then we were doing our own songs, and there you go, you know. And in fact, that DJ was with us during the whole first album, and you can see him also in certain music videos. So but yeah, he left the country. He changed his place of living, so he's not with us anymore. But yeah, that's how everything started. And after the first show, I knew that this is exactly where I want to be.
So everything from coming to the United States to forming the band just was a stroke of good luck.
I wouldn't say so. It was a lot of hard work. A
Oh,
lot of hard work. So, first of all, both of those things didn't happen at the same time. So the
yeah.
band, we started rehearsing in 2007, and then the first show was in 2008. This is when we started. So when people ask me when did the band start, I say 2008 because that's when the first show happened, and that's when I was like, this is what I want to do as long as I can, you
That's
know.
awesome.
That's
So
amazing.
I got addicted right away. But then, and I was living in Moldova at the time, working and living there and building my life there, right? So the band started, we started touring a little here and there, and then I just visited a friend here, and then kept visiting. It's hard work. It's not all that easy to come from a country
No,
from
no.
Eastern Europe, especially as small as Moldova. First of all, no one gives you a visa just like that. It's very difficult to even get the permission to come to this country for certain countries. Not for everybody, but certain countries are more strict for America, not only for America, for the UK as well. In fact, we struggled with the visas for the UK when we had to tour. So it's just that when a country is so small and the economics are so low, and it's a relatively, still poor country in comparison with other countries, they try to be pretty strict with the rules so people don't migrate too much and don't stay illegally to other countries, which is totally understandable. Totally,
Yeah, then your
However,
country would be done. If
yeah,
everybody left, it would be
yeah,
done.
and because a lot of people do that, unfortunately. I was the only luck that I had, I believe, is that I genuinely really just wanted to visit my friend, and we had like a tour booked and a bunch of stuff, and all they had to do is check that out online, and they knew that I will be back, so I got the visa. So that's how I just started traveling to this country. um, and yeah, I mean, I lived in other countries in my life. My parents are from different countries, and this is country number 4 that I try alive in. Like, not just visiting, but actually living in.
So you
So,
learn the languages of all the countries you've lived in. So you know what, 5 languages now?
so unfortunately, I did forget one because I didn't use it since I was 13. I used to know 5, but now I know 4 at the same level. Like, it's Russian, Romanian, Italian, and English. I used to know perfectly Armenian because my father is from Armenia, and I used to live there for years and went to school and everything when I was early teenage years. But I moved from there when I was 13. So little by little, a language, you lose it if you don't use it, right? So I still understand it a little. I can say a few things, but I don't consider that I speak it. I also understand a little Spanish because I did languages in the university. But yeah, all in all, I speak 4 languages.
That's amazing because I have friends from the Ukraine in my job. I'm in construction. Ukraine, a lot of Albanians, and they all know 4 languages. And I'm
Yeah.
like, us Americans, as smart as they say we are probably one of the dumbest people on the planet because we know
Well,
one language.
like that though. I mean, thank you. I mean, thank you very much for the compliment.
You got like a
However,
computer.
that I really think that people are just smart in different areas.
Yes.
The fact that one can speak many languages doesn't make him or her a smart person. It's just like I know for sure that I love languages very much. I love books, and it was something I really wanted to do after high school. And so that's why I went to the university and I did languages, because it's something that I have a love for, and I'm better with that than I would be with like math or I don't know, medicine or whatever, you know? I'm because different people are better at certain things and worse at others. So that doesn't make you smarter or dumber, in my opinion. And look, if my country's language was universal like yours is, then maybe I wouldn't even know all these languages. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it just so happened that English is spoken by the majority of, at least a little bit understood in all the countries, which is amazing. You
Because
know, it's
tons of
great.
schools require it at a young age.
Yes, and we do it in school as well. Like since we are kids, just a little bit, you know, just to learn basics until later when you are able to actually choose what you want to do, right? So even like in elementary school and middle school, we do a little bit of English. I believe they make you choose like two out of two or three languages, like which one would you like? But the majority choose English because it's the most
Oh,
needed one
yeah, it's
when you
everywhere.
travel, you know.
I'm gonna give a shout out to my Americans. We're not stupid, all right? Sorry.
Here I am.
You made me regret my statement.
Yeah.
No. I've been trying to learn Spanish for so freaking like it's been like 7 years and I just can't grasp it. Like I get a word a day and I feel special. You know what I mean? It's like I'm like, how do these people know 7 languages?
Yeah, so even if you don't consider the languages smart, it's damn impressive.
It is damn impressive.
It is. I mean, no, it's not what I said. It is smart to know more languages. The more languages you know, the more cultured you are, and you can have a conversation, and you're more open-minded, and there are so many things that come with that. However, I don't think that is the exact thing that makes you smart.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, it's a different part of your brain that works, I guess.
It just works a little better. So, as your band, this will be the last band question, and then if you don't mind, we'd like to go into some other questions.
I don't mind.
You hear my dog? I got a big one. Yeah, it's freaking Pitbull mix. So, when your band first hit their first million views on YouTube, how does that feel?
Well, actually, every little milestone feels incredible because we come from such a small country. We've been independent for 10 years, 10 freaking years. We did so much from scratch. We had to learn things that professional people do and just move on. We had so many things that were in the way, you know, car accidents, like difficulties getting visas, difficulties getting enough money to invest, so many difficulties. And every time when there's even a little step that the band does, it feels incredible. Feels incredible. It really does. With every little or big festival that we are invited, with every tour, with every fan that comes over and tells you your band saved my life. I'm saying that and I have goosebumps right now. Like, you know what I mean? It's literally these little milestones, these little things that are actually not all so little, but they make you feel complete as an artist, and they make you feel like, okay, well, obviously everybody does art mainly for themselves because that's what they want to do. But when you have a feedback, when you have views, comments, charts, emails, I don't know, letters, fans, all those things together, you're like, yes.
How about superstars doing interviews with you?
What?
How about superstars doing interviews with you? This is our milestone. You don't know. You have no idea.
This seriously means a lot, for real.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
When you said yes, I almost fell off my chair. So, yeah, that's great. Fantastic. So, yeah, let's move on to, you knew we were going to cover your tattoos. You know, you can't not. We were gonna cover your tattoos.
Yeah.
There, you got a lot. So I have
I
one
got you.
question. How much do all those tattoos cost, do you think?
It's a difficult question to answer because I have many artists that collaborated with me. And also, I have a lot of friends in the tattoo industry that didn't charge me either at all or full price, which is amazing because obviously tattoos are very expensive.
Mm-hmm.
I am always I always think that every job has to be paid, so even if they insist, I try to at least give something. Um, it's like an exchange of um, promotion, I guess. I promote their art because I'm on the stage and people see it, or because of my photo shoots, or because of other things like that. For example, the last tattoo artist that I collaborated with was for my back piece. In fact, we it came out of nowhere because during the quarantine this poor guy was literally going insane. Excuse me one second, my dog wants to come out. Come on. All right. So so he really wanted to just do something, right? And out of nowhere we just came out with this idea to put a background to my back tattoos in his own style, because he only works in one specific style, which is ornamental geometrical type of tattoo, all done with dots, which is insane. And it just came out so well. I had doubts because all my tattoos are super colorful and they are realistic, and here I am doing something really dark and black. So but he just garnished my back and my tattoos so well, and he did a design from scratch. So now not only we collaborated on that and everybody can see my back, and I obviously, like talk about him all the time, but also we did a new thing which I will actually start presenting to people in a week, I believe. You guys are the first to know. We did a photo holder with the design that he did for my tattoo, which inside holds two big pictures, also garnished with all that mandala that he did for my back only. It's unique only for my tattoos. Now, this photo holder can be signed, and like it's a pretty cool, unique thing. So I just, I'm only saying that because a lot of artists do collaborate. And I have very often tattoo artists hitting me up saying, hey, if you are ever in this state or in this country or in this city, it will be an honor to tattoo you, even if it's something small. Or let's do something together. Or would you come to the tattoo convention with me, which is something that I do as a model as well, very, very often. So, it's a difficult question to answer. But
Okay.
yes, tattoos can get really expensive, and I believe they should be. Because first of all, it's a lot of hours of work. A lot. The tattoo artists, they put their heart in the design, and their back and their muscles, everything hurts to like just be in certain positions to tattoo you. It should cost a lot of money. You know what I mean?
I saw the one. Sorry, I saw the video of your chest here, and it caught 12 hours.
Correct.
Oh my God.
That's insane.
I was sitting there, I'm going, poor woman. A lot of hours.
I had to go through because the tattoo artist was living.
Yeah.
And she's also a friend of mine. She's from Netherlands. And yeah, it was the only way. It had to be done.
Yeah, that's excellent.
That's amazing.
Do you have any questions?
I've just been listening to the story, I gotta be honest.
Okay.
That's
Sorry.
okay.
Would you let a tattoo artist practice on you? If like I need to practice, would you let them practice on you?
Only if I like their work already. So if they are beginners, but they already killing it, yes, of course. It's not about how new you are or how good you are. It's about like the result, right? So if you need to practice, even if it takes you longer or whatever, but the result is still awesome, yeah, I'll do that, or I'll go with something smaller first to see if, because it's all about energy as well with tattoo artists. You know, getting tattooed sucks. It's painful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And if you are in bad hands, in the hands of a person with bad energy, it doesn't matter how good he is, then you're gonna feel even more miserable. So having the feeling, the comfortable, I don't know, vibe between you like and the tattoo artist is one of the most important things when you're getting tattooed.
I'm sure you've heard this question 1,000 times. What is your favorite tattoo? I know the answer. I've saw it on your Bananas channel. But if you want to tell your new fans and our fans.
Well, I love all the tattoos I have, honestly, but yeah, I still stick with the one because it's connected to my sisters,
Yes.
and I really like the Powerpuff Girls. We all have it.
That's amazing.
All three of us. We grew up pretending we are the Powerpuff Girls, and it just came out to us to just get that done, and it's awesome. You know, it's like my little, I miss my family very much. I'm always very far from them all the time since I was a kid, and I never have enough time to spend with them. And so yeah, it's still my favorite one.
All right, good. Yeah, that was the one I was hoping you'd say. I saw it on, yeah, like I said, I saw it on your Bananas channel. I am a fan, yes.
Thank you.
So, okay, we'll go into photography now.
Okay.
How many photographers do you shoot for?
Well, I shoot from, like, I work with many photographers. I do have two favorite ones. One is here in United States. Unfortunately, we don't get to work as often as before because he moved. He used to live here in Vegas. Super talented guy. Also a metalhead, so I feel like we have that in common, and we even became friends. And like, he just lets me do me, you know, like, and he likes the way I create my looks and the way all of it. You know, we don't even have to like really discuss it much. The other one is a photographer from my country. Her name is Victoria Wonka, and she is one of my favorite people on this planet. I know her, she's very young. She's actually 6 years younger than me. And I know her since she was probably in her very early 20s when she just started photography. And she was this super alternative kid, and already as a beginner photographer, she was already killing it. She was already so unique. And since then, it's pretty much that since then we collaborate. We have so much material together that we are trying to eventually, hopefully, have like a photo book together for with all these years of photography. Because I am doing with her, I'm doing calendars already for 3 years in a row. We've been doing calendars with the same photographer, same girl. We shoot everything in Moldova. That's where she lives as well. Still, she travels though. She when she can, obviously. Um, Absolutely love that girl. She can make me look from all the way from like glamorous um, fashion type of model to the darkest, most intense, grotesque, and disgusting creature ever, which I love. I love being able to do it all. And with her, I'm able to do it all. For sure. I know that I'm never worried about like my hair being like this because she's gonna tell me, or something, or having a lipstick on my teeth because she's gonna either fix that or tell me. Not all the photographers do that, believe it or not, which is unprofessional. Yeah, they just, they're just like, okay, well, I'll choose one, maybe it's gonna be okay. Instead of choosing one, work on the other one that is awesome but has that little thing. Some photographers work on that, some don't. That being said, I did work with great photographers in the past as well, and I had a lot of fun, but it was like a one-time, two-time thing, never like a long-term collaboration. So yeah, these two are definitely my absolute favorites, Victoria Wonka and Stefan Lame Horse is his artist name, from Las Vegas. Um, yeah.
Excellent.
Absolutely
So
look them
do you now what do you shoot for? Do you shoot for, you said calendars, but do you shoot for magazines or just personal for social media?
All of it. So I started. I did my very first photo shoot when I was 19. So I started very young. I used to work in the beauty industry as a hair and makeup artist since I was 16. So it was a very natural transition, because I worked with photographers and models before, and then all of a sudden I became the model as well. But I do my own hair, my looks, and all that. So photographers like that, because when you create that look, you can feel it and you can deliver it. It's just very simple, right? So I did it all, I did it for the pleasure and for um, the love of art, for myself and for the art photographers. I did for photo galleries. I have a bunch of, like, I don't know, magazines. I've been on covers of tattoo magazines and just alternative magazines. I did calendars. I did a lot of photography for clothing companies, and or other, I don't know, accessories and stuff like that. I don't always post that, because very often that's like work. So I'm paid as a model, and not necessarily all the time I'm super happy with the result. I was just paid to do that, which I don't mind, but then I don't love the result, because maybe, the photographers saw it this way, I saw it this way, and then the company that, gave me the product to model saw it completely different. So not always it turns out into a great collaboration, but it's fine. It's a job like many others.
Well,
With
have
its up.
you done photography? Do you concentrate in Arizona? I know you said you do some in Moldova, but do you go all over the world? Like, have you taken pictures
Yes,
in New Zealand?
I traveled a little bit for photography, even here in America. I went to Massachusetts a couple of years ago for Tattooed Lifestyle cover, and um, yeah, we shot in Boston. I shot in Hawaii a lot. It depends. It depends of who is, like, ordering what. So sometimes I travel for work.
All
Yes.
right, excellent.
Usually I travel for convention. Like, I feel like conventions are something that people want the most. So they can hire you as a model to just be there in their booth and be there and be pretty, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, just.
Absolutely.
All right. So thank you for all that great info. We got a couple more questions. We don't want to keep you all day.
No problem.
How many pets do you have?
Well, you can say that I have one. I have a mini schnauzer. She is a 2-year-old dog. Her name is Luna. And I used to have a cat, but I don't think I should consider it mine anymore. I left it with my band in Moldova. His name is Pirate, and I rescued him. He was a homeless cat long ago, like 6 or 7 years ago now. While I was living there, he was with me for a while, and then I just left it with the band and everybody. It's like the band cat. Mainly, my guitar player Fidig is taking care of him, because that's where our rehearsal studio is and everything. He's absolutely great, but yeah, I don't think I can consider him my pet anymore. No,
The mascot. He's the mascot.
Yeah, taking animals long distance, it's difficult.
it is, and I didn't want to take him here because of how stressful a travel could be for a cat. Dogs can do it, but cats is more difficult. Also, he has so much room and territory and place to play outside there. I didn't have that at the time here. I used to live in an apartment, so I didn't want to stress the cat, although I did consider it in the beginning to take it with me. But he's in absolutely great hands. He's in great hands.
Excellent. Does your dog Luna have a voice? Do you give it a voice? Like when it talks to you or you talk to it, does it answer you in a certain voice? Because I know my dog have voices.
Yeah, she definitely she's a talkative girl for sure. She's not barking for no reason, but she makes certain noises that are absolutely the cutest thing on this planet. For sure. Like if like we are doing like sometimes she would get jealous when I have interviews like right now, she doesn't understand who I'm talking to and she would come over and be like, "Hmm, what is going on?" and make certain noises and like have her pop being like, "You're not paying attention to me. What the hell?" She's a very spoiled baby, and I love spoiling her so much. But at the same time, she's very disciplined too because we are doing a specific school for her. So yeah.
Do you let's ask her. Okay, there you go. There's a question.
All right, if you could be one animal, what would it be?
Hmm. I don't know. I think I would be. I was born in a year of tiger, and I was always mesmerized by tigers. I love animals in general, and I always loved cats. They are so gracious. But I feel like tigers and lions, they are not just gracious. They are powerful. They are fast. They are strong, and they are gracious. And these things combined together fascinate me. So I would probably be my animal I was born in. So a tiger.
Well, I could definitely see you being a tiger just by the color of your hair. You're already one step there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're gonna finish this interview because we don't want to hold you all day. But we ask everybody the same question: what would you say to anyone trying to start in music, art, or photography? What's your advice to them?
Thank you for this question. It's actually a very important question that I get a lot from people. People DM me that a lot. So now, guys, if you are beginners in any type of art in general, whatever it is, photography, painting, movies, animation, music, whatever it is, just remember one thing: be authentic and be true to yourself, because there are so many good artists out there. You don't have to be like someone else because those people already have their fans. You're going to have your fans because you're going to be you and you're going to be unique. Never forget that, because I feel like this little detail is which is a huge detail, people lose in time. They just lose it because it's not all that easy to be authentic because so much was done already, and we have fears that if we open up and if we are sincere, people are not going to like it. Screw that. Just be you. Do you and be you, and it's going to be amazing for sure.
Awesome.
Well, that was an amazing answer. We're gonna take that for us too, because
Yes,
we're
do.
always with the reacting channel. We're always trying to say, oh, this guy does this guy does that, and then my son, the realist, he's like, why don't we just be us? And I'm like, ugh.
No, for sure. And if you ever do like reactions to like other bands or whatever, that's
We did your Orphan Soul.
You guys did? Okay, cool. Amazing. I'll check that out. However, I gotta say one thing. I love watching all these reactions, but there's one thing I hate is when people that react to bands constantly try to compare them to other bands. Never do that, guys.
Oh crap! I hope we didn't do that.
I don't know. I just, it doesn't matter if you did or not. For the future, no artist likes to be compared. Period.
We will take that. Thank
In
you.
general, yeah. This is not a competition. We are not competing. We are just all doing music, all putting our heart out there. It's so much hard work, tears, like sacrifices, some things that people cannot even believe that an artist have to go through in order to be what they are. And it doesn't matter how famous or not famous they are. It doesn't matter. Beginners have to work hard, and if you're not a beginner and you're around your fifth album, you still have to work even harder even harder. Because now everybody either compares you to what you've done before, saying they are not the same band anymore, or they are comparing you to other bands saying, oh, they sound like this band or like that band. Why don't you just concentrate on what you have and, be more constructive about the music, about the lyrics, about the emotion, about how the person is acting, how the person is delivering. That is our goal. Our goal is not copying anyone.
Yeah.
So, that's the only advice I can give.
Well, we're gonna take that advice and we're gonna run with that because that was fantastic. Because you know what, we do find ourselves comparing bands to other bands, and you know what? As of today, that stops.
Stop that.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, but it's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much for having me and for your time.
No, thank you for
popping
your
in.
time.
For real, man.
It's been awesome. So, yes, can you please do us a favor and send us every single link that you want us to put into the description when we put this video up? All your banana pages and your photography and your calendars. I want everything. So we could put links to you and give you the biggest shout out ever.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I will do that.
All right. Awesome. Well, it's been a pleasure. All right, you want to do the outro?
Yeah, we're gonna need your help.
Part of the outro, okay?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
You'll get into it.
So everyone, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell us down in the comment section below who else you'd maybe like to see on the channel if we can get them. And press the subscribe button with the little bell next to it to get notified every time we upload a video. I'm Son.
And I'm Father.
And you are...
I'm Lena from Infected Rain.
Yes.
Bye.
Rock on!
Rock on!